Dear students, last lecture I already explained chain rule, exact differential, what is that partial differentiation in that last video. And after that, here I want to focus on the another point from same chapter number 2, and the name of the point is theorem of differentiation. To discuss this point, again we consider one function f is a function of xy, and again here the meaning of f is a function of xy, that means f depends on x and y. Similarly, we can consider as x is a function of yz. That means x depends on y and z. As y changes, x changes. As z changes, x changes. This is the meaning of function. That means x depends on y and that of z. And using the total differential concept, we can write change in x, that is dx is equal to gamma x by gamma y at constant z into dy plus gamma x by gamma z at constant y into dz, using the concept of total differentiation. Here we can write such equation in similar manner. Here we can imagine that y is a function of x and z. Using same idea, same concept, we can write dy is equal to gamma y by gamma x at constant z into dx plus gamma y by gamma z at constant x into dz. Say this is equation number first, this is equation number second. Putting the value of dy in equation number first, we have therefore dx is equal to gamma x by gamma y at constant z into the value of dy from equation number second, gamma y by gamma x at constant z into dx plus gamma y by gamma z at constant x into dz plus second term as it is gamma x by gamma z at constant y into dz. Again solving this bracket, we have dx is equal to gamma x by gamma y at constant z multiplied by gamma y by gamma x at constant z into dx plus gamma x by gamma y at constant z plus the another term as it is gamma x by gamma z at constant y into dz. Now here again here taking dz common, that means we can write dx is equal to gamma x by gamma y at constant z multiplied by gamma y by gamma x at constant z into dx plus taking dz common gamma x by gamma y at constant z multiplied by gamma y by gamma z at constant x plus gamma x by gamma z at constant y bracket complete into dz. Say equation number 3. After obtaining this equation number 3, now as we consider the coordinates x, y and that of z, out of these 3 coordinates, 2 are independent coordinates and 1 is dependent coordinate. That means here we can assume that or we consider that if dz is equal to 0, dx is not equal to 0. That means when the value of dz is 0, dx is always not equal to 0. By considering such concept, equation number 3, it becomes here by considering as dz is equal to 0 as dx should not be equal to 0, because when both are 0 the equation becomes meaningless, and therefore here as dz is equal to 0, dx should not be equal to 0. By considering the value of dz is equal to 0 in equation number 3, this bracket term becomes 0 and only remaining is that dx is equal to gamma x by gamma y at constant z multiplied by gamma y by gamma z, gamma y by gamma x at constant z into dx. Using cancellation law, dx get cancelled and we have therefore gamma x by gamma y at constant z multiplied by gamma y by gamma x at constant z should be equal to 1. This is known as first theorem of differentiation. This equation is known as first theorem of differentiation. Now, in similar way, to obtain second theorem, we consider for that equation number 3, if dx is equal to 0, then dz should not be equal to 0. That means in first case, we consider dz is equal to 0, dx not equal to 0. We obtain the first theorem. In second case, we consider dx is equal to 0 and dz is not equal to 0. By considering these values in equation number 3, we have 0 is equal to First term becomes 0. Second term remains as it is. Gamma x by gamma y at constant z multiplied by gamma y by gamma z at constant x plus gamma x by gamma y gamma x by gamma z at constant y should be equal to 0 as dz is not equal to 0. Then rearranging the terms by using this equation, here we can write therefore this term as it is, taking this term on this side becomes negative. That means we have gamma x by gamma y at constant z multiplied by gamma y by gamma z at constant x should be equal to minus gamma x by gamma z at constant y. Again, here taking this term on this side, that means rearranging the terms, we can write gamma x by gamma y at constant z multiplied by gamma y by gamma z at constant x. When we take this term on this side becomes gamma z by gamma x at constant y should be equal to minus 1. Again, rearranging the terms by considering the particular format, here we can write gamma y by gamma z at constant x multiplied by gamma z by gamma x at constant y multiplied by gamma x by gamma y at constant z should be equal to minus 1. This is known as second theorem of differentiation. Second theorem of differentiation. First, this is the first theorem. This is the second theorem. And then question analysis. This is the totally purely mathematical concept. Then, what is the relation of these theorems in physics? And to relate this mathematical concept to the concept in physics, here we consider perfect gas equation for 1 mole of gas. PV is equal to RT. PV is equal to RT. In this case, pressure, volume and that of temperature are the coordinates, and R is universal gas constant. Replace C, X, Y and that of Z by replacing this particular terms by a particular pressure, volume and that of temperature. We can replace X by P, Y by volume and Z by temperature T. Then here first theorem can be written in physics as gamma P by gamma V at constant temperature multiplied by delta V by delta P at constant temperature should be equal to 1. This is the first theorem for the perfect gas equation for control of a gas. And in similar way, here second theorem can be written delta Y by delta Z, that means delta V by delta T at constant pressure multiplied by delta T by delta P at constant volume multiplied by delta P by delta V at constant temperature should be equal to 1. Sorry, should be equal to minus 1. Now, we want to prove this theorem by using that perfect gas equation, and we apply the concept here. See carefully. I explain this problem, how to prove first theorem and then second theorem. First, we consider first theorem for perfect gas, delta P by delta V at constant temperature बरोबर equal to delta by delta V pressure as PV is equal to RT, putting the value P RT upon V at constant temperature, obviously. Now taking or simplify this partial differentiation, R is universal gas constant, here T is also constant, and we have taken RT outside that differentiation, RT into delta by delta V of 1 upon V, and we have delta T by delta V, that is equal to RT 1 upon V can be written as V raised to minus 1. Differentiation of V raised to minus 1 is minus 1. Using that formula, d by dx of x raised to n is equal to nx raised to n minus 1. Minus 1 becomes minus 2. And negative sign is there. V raised to minus 2, that is minus RT upon V square. Say equation number first. Similarly, delta V by delta P at constant temperature is equal to delta by delta P, putting the value V is equal to RT upon P at constant temperature. That means R into T constant. Taking outside that partial differentiation of 1 upon P with respect to P minus 1 upon P square, as we already discussed in that last point. In similar manner, we have this value. Say equation number second. Putting these values of two partial differentiation in the theorem, first theorem, therefore delta P by delta V at constant temperature minus RT upon V square multiplied by delta V by delta T, that is minus RT upon V square, that is equal to minus become plus R square T square divided by v square p square, but r square t square is equal to p square v square. That means p square v square divided by v square p square. By the cancellation law, get cancelled, and we have that is equal to 1. Hence, first theorem is proved. In similar way, by finding out delta v by delta t at constant p, delta t by delta p at constant volume, and delta p by delta v at constant temperature, we can prove that is equal to -1. And we again go step by step. We already find out the value of delta p by delta v at constant temperature, that is equal to -RT upon v square. And we want to find out that remaining two values. Here we consider that two partial differentiation. We already find out delta p by delta v in that last point. Here we find out delta v by delta t at constant pressure, that is equal to delta by delta t, putting the value of v. V is equal to RT upon P at constant pressure. Again, pressure is constant, that means R upon P is constant. Taking R upon P outside that partial differentiation, delta T by delta T is equal to 1. That means the value of delta V by delta T at constant pressure is equal to R upon P. Say equation number 2. Similarly, delta T by delta P at constant volume, that is equal to, putting the value of T, delta T by delta P, T is equal to PV upon R. PV upon R at constant volume, that means volume is constant, R is universal gas constant. Taking outside that differentiation, we have V upon R, and delta T by delta P is equal to 1. There is no need to write that 1. And here we have delta T by delta P is equal to V upon